Hello, I'm Emily Spaven. I'm the editor of Tech City News. We're a publication that covers the whole of the tech industry, but just in the UK. I'm here with Jack Tang, founder and CEO of Urban Massage. We're going to be talking a bit about his journey setting up his company, the challenges he's faced, and the joys that he's faced in setting up his company. So, Jack, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Can you give us a brief description for those who don't know what Urban Massage is?
Sure. So Urban Massage is a wellness service marketplace. So we connect a supply of qualified massage therapists with the general public through our app and website.
Okay, and where are you based?
So we are founded in London, and our HQ is also in London.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so how many years have you been running for us so far?
Just over 3 years now.
Okay, brilliant. And so where did the idea for the platform come from?
So previous to Urban Massage, I was also an internet entrepreneur. After the exit, I was thinking, what do I do next? And one weekend, I tried to book a massage online, and I went through the whole stumbling block of, an cumbersome process of booking a massage. And I thought, surely there's an easier way to do this. And I thought, surely there's like an app that can press a few buttons and someone could come to me to do a sports massage. And actually, I kind of stumbled and fell into the industry, and having done a lot more research, I kind of understood how fragmented, how inefficient the whole industry was. And then that led me to then actually thinking about really building a really neat brand and customer experience focused platform for the wellness industry.
Okay, so talk us through exactly how the app works from a consumer point of view.
So simply you tell us where you are. So you enter your postcode as you would entering your postcode for a food delivery or whatever it might be. Then we present to you a list of treatments. So you can book anything from a relaxing massage all the way to deep tissue, sports massage, pregnancy massage. Really, there's everything for everyone. Then in real time, our technology platform works out all the GPS locations of all the therapists on the platform in real time, and also works out in advance whatever bookings they have. And basically, the net result of that is that it presents a really neat grid of times available for you to book. So you could say, okay, I want a deep tissue for 6 p.m., and then it will say, these are the available therapists in the area. You can look at their reviews, look at their ratings, and then you just check out using Apple Pay or whatever it might be.
Okay, and so what kind of traction or success have you gained so far?
So we've been around for 3 years officially, but we launched into the market 2.5 years ago. So we currently operate in 3 countries, so in the UK, in France, and also in Austria. What
was the reason behind choosing those countries?
So the UK market, obviously London is our home. We're based here. So in the UK, we're in London, Manchester, and Birmingham.
Okay.
The reason for those cities is because obviously, being an urban business, we focus on urban density. So we cater for a population that is highly stressed, that is in need for massage treatments and stress relief. In Paris, we launched there about 6 months ago now. And why? Because Paris have a very, very similar market sort of behavior as London. That the customers, the behavior is same. They invest a lot in their well-being and lifestyle. And then the third, Vienna is more sort of, the people in Vienna is typically a bit sort of older population. They invest a lot in their lifestyle, into healthy eating and regular exercising. And so, in terms of the need for the service, definitely there as well.
Okay. And going back to the traction question, so
Sure.
Around kind of customer numbers or investment raised, can you share any of that information?
So we don't tend to disclose how much we raise, mainly because we, as a business, we are very humble. We stick to the values of that, and that we don't want our team and the perception externally that we're like, hey, that's so cool, dude, you raised so much money. But the reality is that we focus on really what we are focused on, which is delivering a great experience, delivering, a fantastic product to the end user. Traction-wise, I'm happy to disclose that. Obviously, we're 2.5 years. We're now in 3 countries. We're looking to expand to many, many more countries globally. But we are now delivering in excess of 300,000 treatments annually to individuals in people's homes and offices.
Okay. There are a few companies that have come up in this space, and they're offering all sorts of hair and beauty treatments from home. Why have you decided to just stick to the massage, or are you looking at expanding into that sort of area as well?
So for me, like in 10 years, the vision is very much about building a brand empire, Urban being a brand empire for us. And really, I'm a strong believer in focus. So focusing, and being an entrepreneur, you always have like great ideas, and you have a customer calling and say, hey, do you do shellac nail polish and all that sort of stuff? And like, no, it's like you think, oh, that's now 40 quid, gone.
Right.
But really, it's about kind of looking at and keeping your eye on the big mission. And for us, focus in the massage market. And why? Because massage is a market that caters for a market that's, well, firstly, it's a $77 billion industry globally.
Okay.
And second of all, massage services, 88% of massage services are delivered for the purpose of pain and stress relief, which are sort of necessities rather than a discretionary spend. And then also it caters for a much wider demographic, right? So both male and female customers need massage treatments, for whatever reasons. You might have an injury, you might physiotherapy, and also the industry itself. It's also, in many countries, it's backed by private medical insurance companies. NHS pays for it as well, and so it's a need rather than a luxury for us at the moment, and it caters for a broad audience.
Okay. And so who would you view as your major competitors then? Would you view them as being these new companies that are kind of emerging into the space, or is it the traditional bricks and mortar massage?
I think anyone that is offering any form of sort of professional therapy, massage therapy, is a competitor per se. But I really encourage competition. I really like that because I think it rises all boats, and it also really creates a really friendly ecosystem and atmosphere in the industry, and educates the market much quicker than you can do it by yourself. But I think, we do have obviously like online competitors. I mean, since we launched, we had probably 20 new ones that have launched in London alone.
Okay.
There's loads in the US that have launched and raised a huge amount of money, and they shout about it.
So what sets you apart then?
I think the key thing is that we really focus on innovating on three key pillars. One is brand. So brand is such an important asset of our business. And two is our technology, our proprietary technology. So one of the things that we do through tech is that, my CTO hates me because I'm saying anything is possible, right? I'm like, okay, why is this not possible? And so one of the things is for us is that, we are catering for an industry where there is a one-to-one personal interaction and relationship between the client and the professional provider. Mm-hmm. And so we provided a platform where anyone can book specifically the therapist that they wish to book, because that person knows you best. But our competitors put themselves, their brand, as the shop front to booking a service. So, for example, one of our competitors, you go and say, I want a massage at 6 p.m., send me anyone. But for us, it's about, I want this person specifically. And obviously, anyone, in the industry, even the brick and mortar businesses are it's competition for us. But really what we're trying to do is to really help consumers to integrate massage as an integral routine of their lifestyle. So it's as important as a healthy meal or regular exercising. Massage is a body maintenance thing.
Okay. So you said that you had worked in tech companies before this and you'd exited, but maybe you could tell us a bit about the main challenges that you faced setting up those businesses and this business in particular.
So I think specifically in tech, I think when you start out, the most important and the biggest challenge is always finding the founding team. And I think continuously, my biggest challenge is always about people, people and talent, and just finding world-class people, regardless of what stage of the business you're at, is always a challenge.
Okay.
It's always something that for us, we always attract and we proactively attract world-class talent. So it doesn't matter what stage we're at. I think that's always a big challenge for us.
And do you think that that's a problem specific to the UK or the industry in general?
I think it's just industry in general, because there's so much competition, there's so many startups out there. You know, the big boys are taking everyone because they can. So, you know, for startups, it is a bit more difficult. And so really, as a founder, what I find myself having to really, really push for and really refine is the vision, is really kind of making sure that whoever I speak to over a coffee or whatever it might be, is that they really share the same vision that I have as a founder. And then that collectively, we see it as like, let's work together to make this happen, rather than, do you want to come work for me?
Okay. So we're coming to the end of our time here. Perhaps if you could just give one key bit of advice you'd give to someone who was setting up a tech company. Yeah.
I think firstly it's knowing your market really, really well and finding a solution to a genuine problem is the most important thing. Because I think we always have ideas, like we're kind of always pushing innovation, and we're always thinking, oh, what if there was this thing that would help me do this better, or whatever it might be. But I think doing your research and genuinely finding the actual pain point that people will pay for, I think is the biggest advice that I can give.
Brilliant. Short but sweet, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Cheers.